Key. Here, wait, no, wait, yeah, I'm here. Yep, okay, I forgot my intro. I fucked up, I had a stroke. Oh god, never mind. So yeah, hi guys, it's me, your boy, Dark Raikou here, with another part of this, what if, part 2 of this what? What if Issei had an anti-magic demon? Now, before I continue on, there's going to be 2 other videos I'm going to be uploading also. That'll be what's it called, what if Issei was the reincarnation of Satan, and the other one would be the, what's it called, the Kaiju Sacred Gear. I was going to upload it yesterday, but I got too fucking lazy and tired, and I just passed the fuck out later. But yeah. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. I am going to have to do a recap on what's it called, the Kaiju gear. Mostly the Kaiju Sacred Gear, but yeah. I also have another what if. It's a new what if. For some reason I've been thinking the whole day about it, but yeah. But it's pretty much just called, the new what if is just called, what if Issei became a stray, but also kind of had darkness magic. But don't worry about that. Or dark magic. Not the point. I'll be doing that later, probably, maybe. Maybe I will do it whenever, but whatever. But let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up, and yeah. But yeah, let me begin. So, we begin into Issei getting to school the next day after the whole event with the Phoenix and him trying to literally get a god sacred gear just so he can literally cut down gods, but yeah. The day when he kind of got home, he literally started playing God Slayer, not God Slayer, mostly God of War, just to beat the shit out of the Christianity gods. He was literally fighting demons, angels, fallen angels. He'd be beating the shit out of all of them with Kratos, but yeah. This is where, well, he's also extremely, and I mean extremely tired today because he literally pulled an all-nighter. This is where, well, he was so damn tired that he got to school and just first hour, Aika said hello Issei. Mostly she says, yo Issei, what you, this is where Issei smashes his head into the fucking table. Like when he sat down, he like face planted to the table so hard that everyone else said, ugh, like they all expected that Issei might wake up later. No, he's passed the fuck out. This is where, well, both of Issei's friends kind of mostly show up and say, Issei, have you played a new, what's it called, Aram game? This is where they're kind of complaining and annoying him so much that Issei might have wanted to just punch them both in the face if it wasn't for, what's it called, well, Junko saying, hi there, Issei-kun. This is where, well, Issei kind of looks up, sees what's it called, his 2 friends right now glaring at him because the newest girl is kind of like showing respect to him and also kind of being really cute with him. This is where, well, Issei says, oh, hey, Junko. This is where he falls back asleep. And this is where he's like, oh, before I go to sleep. Hey, Aika. This is where Aika says, what happened to you? You seem more tired than yesterday. That's because, this is where Aika then smells him and says, you smell kind of skunky. Why's that? We go into mostly a flashback, mostly the whole night, the window was a little bit cracked open, some smoke was coming out, kind of smelled a little skunky a little bit, but yeah, he had a blunt right now with him, playing fucking God of War 6, and just kind of taking some hits from the, blunt. Yeah, he realized that today's a Tuesday and he's fucked. He's sleep deprived. He's just so damn tired, and he's also high as fuck. This is where, well, Issei is also kind of hungry. He has those munchies right now. He ate a lot in the morning, but he's still hungry. He's like, This is where, well, Junko sniffs and says, kind of smells like, kind of smells like that green stuff. What is it called? This is where Aika says, weed. Isn't that illegal in Japan? This is where she thinks about it. And this is where she looks at Issei. And Issei's already like getting out of his chair, getting towards the window, opening that shit and about like trying to jump out. This is where everyone narrows their eyes and like, well, just look at him with widened eyes. This is where Aika and Junko widen their eyes. Both of Issei's friends say, what the fuck are you doing, man? Issei says, don't worry, I can fly. This is where you say he knows that way he can't fly, but he's just too damn high and too damn sleep deprived that he doesn't want to reveal that he was actually smoking weed. This is where, well, Issei says, don't worry, I'll be fine. Issei accidentally slipped and say, oh shit. This is where he managed to catch him on the ledge and kind of like still drop down. He's fine, and this is where he says, don't worry guys, I'll be going to the bathroom. Issei is too damn high for this, like, so dizzy. So beautiful colors. Rainbow sky. But yeah. This is where, well, everyone is just like confused, shocked, and dumbfounded, but yo, what the fuck? They're like, okay, that happened. The teacher came in and says, where the fuck is Issei? And also, why the hell does it smell weird? This is where the students already realize what the hell, why is that smell there? Until they just leave the window open and it's gone. But yeah, this is where Aika, she already knows the smell. She has smelled it before. And also Junko, they're like, so he was literally smoking green stuff, the green. Issei gets to the bathroom after a while. He gets to the bathroom, starts taking a leak. Of course, this is where, well, when he's about to leave, he sees a blonde-haired guy with mostly dirty blonde and bluish eyes. He came in just to kind of check that no one's ditching. This is where, well, he kind of looks at Issei when Issei is looking at him with his eyes being so sleep deprived but also red at the same time. Sanji's mostly the person named Sanji because he's from the student council. Says, hey pervert, what are you doing here? This is where, well, Issei said, taking a leak. This is where, well, Sanji says, okay, but get to class already. Yeah, I'll be getting to class. This is where when Issei walks past him, this is where Sanji has smelled the smell and says, why do you smell different? Issei says, you know, that's pretty gay, man. I don't know about you, but he's right now also just still very high, but yeah. This is where, well, Sanji says, no, I can smell it from you, even if you walk past me. It kind of smells like weed or something. Did you smoke weed? This is where, well, Issei says, no, never in my life. I'm a good kid. This is where, well, Issei says, shit. This is where, well, what's it called? Sanji says, okay, fine, so just get out of here. Issei says, got it. Issei starts walking out. He's thinking of getting to his first class until he says, fucking let me go upstairs. He gets to where mostly he usually goes to sleep and just like falls asleep on the ground. Literally just kind of, well, next to the other side of the door. Mostly where he gets out of the doors, but yeah. And just falls to fucking sleep, but doesn't care. This is where, well, we go into about 4 hours later. He ditched like 4 classes, but he didn't give a damn. He wakes up right now just saying, what the hell? Who is... This is where, well, when he kind of gets up, like lays up, putting his back towards the wall and other things, he kind of noticed a girl kind of like sitting on where his manhood's at. This is where, well, she's kind of like sitting there and of course yawning also because she just got off his chest. And this is where, well, she basically has this blackish hair with kind of like a rose on top of her head. And this is where, well, she kind of opened her eyes, her kind of, what's it called? Her reddish eyes kind of looks at Issei with his eyes being what's it called, chocolatey brown. And of course, where, well, she widened her eyes when she realized that he just woke up. Issei said, can you get off? This is where the girl said, sorry. This is where she kind of like trips behind, mostly kind of just like gets off of him. And this is where, well, Issei kind of like puts his like, well, mostly his blazer over his like manhood. And kind of said, what were you doing? This is where, well, Issei kind of just grins at her, kind of wondering what the fuck she was doing. This is where, well, the girl said, this is where, well, she kind of has like a look of somewhat of like a goth, kind of mixed with an emo a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is kind of a little bit getting turned on by her kind of look, but yeah, even though he's not much of a pervert, he's like, what the fuck, am I really getting, oh god. Damn it, staying with those 2 perverts are going to literally make me be the death of myself and screw myself over. This is where, well, the girl said, I was, this is where, well, she really can't even say anything because she just got caught in 4K. And this is where, well, people open the door, and of course, the girl wiped her eyes, and this is where, she tries to move her, what's it called, like, hand towards her neck to, like, get them out of here, until when they turned the corner, there was about, like, 5 girls in total. This is where, Issei went his eyes. This is where, he noticed Junko being there, and even, what's it called, Aika. This is where, the other 3 girls, he doesn't know, but he remembers them. One being with silver hair being Noelle, Sylvian. A girl with bluish hair that he has seen a couple times around the school, mostly when he got here in the morning. And then there was, what's it called, the last one who has, what's it called, and the blondish hair girl with bluish eyes is where, they all wind their eyes when they notice Issei being awake. And of course, Issei literally having his jacket, or mostly his blazer, over his kind of like manhood. This is where, mostly over his like legs. This is where, Issei said, what the fuck? This is where I can say, maiden. This is where she kind of like asked the girl who's kind of goth looking to say, so this is where you were at. This is where, they said, why were you over here? This is where they're all trying to play off like why they're here. This is where Issei is narrowing his eyes because he has seen them before when literally he was laying down one time in his sleeping bag. Yes, I'm actually going to change it. He was in a sleeping bag. And they were literally kind of like cozying up to him. This is where, Issei says, why is she here? This is where he says in such a quiet but just weird tone. This is where, Aika says, maiden here is a new student and I guess she got lost. So we're gonna take her. This is where, Joko came and just kind of grabbed her and said, let's go, Maida. This is where, they all walk away, and this is where Issei said, what the fuck? But we go into mostly a time skip after that. It was such a weird situation that mostly, his demon, the 5-leaf, demon? Well, not 5-leaf, mostly the anti-demon says, you know they lied to you, right? Yes, I know they lied to me. What the fuck? Why was she on there? What, you're still more confused than why she was literally on your, this is where, Drake says manhood, bro. This is where, Levy says, yeah, that. Drake says, oh man, you should at least just take her. This is where he was starting to become a little bit perverted. This is where, Issei says, go away, you perverted dragon. This is where, Libby says, what the fuck is wrong with you? Aren't you supposed to be the great heavily red dragon or something? Drake says, leave me alone. My last couple of hosts were literally perverts. Okay, and how the fuck does this involve me? This is where, Issei questioned, but this is where Drake says, it doesn't, it does. But it doesn't matter. You could have at least taken all 6 of those girls on, couldn't you? In a fight, right? This is where Issei questioned. This is where Drake smiles a little like an evilish smirk and says, yeah, in a fight. In a fight in your bedroom. This is where he kind of says that last part quietly. But yeah, this is where Issei and Libby wind their eyes and say, what? This is where Drake says, oh, did I say that? Yes, I'm talking about in the fight. Literally in your bedroom. This is where, Issei and Libby look away. Of course, Issei kind of put his hand over his kind of like where his manpower just to push it down so it doesn't kind of go up. This is where, Drake kind of chuckles and says, well, come on, Issei, isn't that funny? This is where Issei says, no, fuck off. This is where, Drake says, oh, come on, Issei. It's not that bad, right? Besides, you haven't got any girls. Even with your, true look-alike. Well, it's better that way. I'm not, no, fuck that shit. I have things to do. This is where, Drake says, and what is that? Beat the shit out of the White Dragon Emperor, isn't that right? This is where, Drake says, well, yes, that is true, but you can at least have fun before you beat the shit out of Albion. This is where, Issei says, well, see, I gotta be training still, so, fuck off. Training. So you saying playing video games and smoking weed is training? He said, yeah, he might catch my lacking in video games. So if we ever play video games or something, I might kick his ass in that way. Sure, I'll believe in that. I swear, Issei said, yeah, fuck you, fucking dragon. This is where, we go into a time skip of mostly the whole day being absolute normal, nothing interesting happening. He's mostly still kind of a little bit tired and kind of high, but yeah. He gets to his 7th hour class, sits down by himself and start working on his project, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is like almost finished with his shit until he gets kind of a tap on the shoulder by the same girl that kind of like sat on him. This is where Issei says, yes? I forgot your name, Issei says kind of quietly. This is where, well, Maida says, my name is Maida. I want to tell you something. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were actually awake. I thought you were like some kind of stuffy animal. Blah, 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 blah. She's trying to make up excuses just so she can sleep better at night. This where, well, Issa says, no, it's fine. It's really fine. Just don't do that again. It's kind of awkward. Especially where, well, never mind. This is where Maida says, especially when, wait, what? This is where Issa says, oh, nothing. No, nothing. Nothing at all. Issei says, well, say kind of quietly. This is where Drake says, especially when you kind of sat on where he is, well, kind of blood kind of went to and kind of rise up from the. That's where he says, shut the fuck up, Drake. This is where, well, Libby say, this is absolutely weird, so I'm gonna just go back to sleep in the grimoire. Well, what's it called? This red dragon handling bullshit literally bothering me. This is where, well, Drake says, come on, Libby, don't leave. Sorry, I yawned. But this is where, well, Drake says, Libby, don't leave me. We gotta tease, what's it called, your toast. It's funny. This is where, well, Libby says, yeah, no, I'm good. Bye. This is where he kind of just disappears, but yeah. This is where, well, Maiden says, oh, that's good. She kind of just says, well, she doesn't know how to answer this question, but this is where, well, she says, do you like anyone? This is where, well, she said quietly and kind of stuttery. This is where, well, he says, no, not really, why? This is where Maiden kind of has heart in her eyes and says, really? You don't? Well, this is where, well, before she even answers, like, what she wanted to say towards Issei, this is where the door opens, and this is where, well, a girl with bluish hair kind of grabs Maiden from the hand and kind of drags her along. This is where, well, Maiden says, what are you doing, SF? This is where, well, the blue-haired girl, now known as SF, kind of just says, well, someone managed to kind of call you to kind of, like, come up there. Sorry about the yawning. But this is where, well, she said, someone kind of just called us to kind of go up, but don't worry, let's go. Maiden said, what? No. This is where, well, he says that, okay, that was absolute weird, but whatever. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of him getting home, and instead of playing video games, he just fell fucking asleep because he was still very tired. He woke up the next day and kind of just went to school, literally did everything normally, even though people were still kind of confused and shocked with him. But yeah, of course, it were his friends literally were bothering him, and if Issei didn't get a fucking break from these two idiots, he might have actually punched them straight to the fucking ground if it wasn't for Issei being called up to the office. Issei says, damn, I'm free. Fuck you two bastards. This is where, well, he gets to the office and none other than Sona is sitting there. This is where Sona says, sit down. Issei says, sure, what do you want? Sona says, what did you do yesterday? This is where, oh, she questioned Issei. Sleep? No, I meant when you got here at school. Issei said, yeah, sleep, what do you want? That's the problem, Issei. This is where, well, he says, yeah, what do you mean? That's the problem with you. You literally just sleep. You ditch some of your classes, you sleep, and you didn't even care about it. Do you know this school is supposed to be, what's it called, one of the greatest schools in what's it called, Kuo Academy? Are you here to learn, or are you here to ditch and sleep? Issa said, wait, what are my grades? This is where, well, Sona says, that's not the point. Issei says, no, that is the point. Issei kind of like looks at his grades in the phone and sees that they're still all A's. And one of his classes is going lacking, but he can easily make that up. This is where, well, Issei says, they're all still A's. But one is lacking, so I guess you probably are angry because of that. But that class is literally gym. Why would you get angry at me for not trying harder on gym? That makes no sense. This is where, well, Sona says, no, that's not the point. Do you not see your attendance? Yeah, it says 2 absences on each of my classes because that's just because I ditch on certain days. This is where, well, Sona says, yeah. And are you going to make it up after school or what? This is where Issei said, huh? Do I have to just stay 1 hour later for what to call being after school? Yes. Well, no. If you want to make up those 2 absences, you will have to stay 2 hours later. He says, wait the fuck a minute. That's where, well, Issei kind of questioned a little bit towards Sona's fucking logic. That's where, well, Issei says, wait the fuck a minute. What about my 2 other perverted idiots? What do you mean? I know damn well they ditch even more than me. Let's see. That's where, well, he remembers the logins of both Matsui and Morohama because when he asked about them, this is where, well, they given towards him because they were doing something else. Because, yeah. This is where, well, you see, search up on both their accounts, and this is where, well, he pulls up their accounts. Okay, I have 2 absences in each of my classes, mostly from first to all the way 6 hour or something like that. Yeah, I might have like a tardy or absent or whatever because I didn't show up. But what the fuck ever. How you explain that I have what's called a total of like a couple absences being like 12 in total, but still showing up to my 7th hour? How are you gonna tell me 12 absences is bad enough with a combined effort of both Matsui and Morohama's absences of being almost at 100 in each of their classes? Because I do know damn well that one class they ditch most of the time is more than what I did basically in 2 fucking days. And they basically peep on the Kendo class and get their asses kicked, peep on the swimming club and peep and get caught. And you're telling me 12 fucking absences is worse than this whole fucking entire of my 2 idiotic friends? I swear, Sona was shocked and dumbfounded. Issei says, nah, this is just complete pissing me off. Oh, damn it. Fine. Sona, if you really want me to fucking drop the fuck out of this school, I would. Damn, I've been switched to the school. Fucking get me out of the school then. Kick me out, throw me out somewhere else. Literally, you can do anything. I'm not staying after school just because I ditch about some of my classes. What the fuck is that? I don't care what you do. You can switch me to such a shitty ass school, one of the worst schools in the whole fucking community of Kuo, and I wouldn't care too damn much. I will still learn the same kind of education, even if I have to try harder, because they might not want to teach me. I don't care. I literally will still ditch. What is this whole society of me having 12 fucking ditch absences because I didn't show up to some of those damn classes against my 2 other idiotic friends, because in the total fucking max, they will at least have a fucking 200 above of ditches and fucking, well, what's it called, actions and stuff. You really don't make any fucking sense, you know that? Issei is getting quite angry. That his eyes are literally turning red for a second until they switch back. I swear, well, Issei says, Issei said, if this is all you fucking want, then switch me out of a fucking school. You can easily just say that the student wanted to go to another school. You can literally drop me off in that school, and I won't need to come back. Swear, well, Issei opens the door and closes it, shuts it really hard, just because it was just such a bother time to be annoyed. This is where, well, yes, all his classes are still A. There was not much of assignments that he missed. In every class he showed up, because after this he kind of showed up in every other class. And of course, those teachers kind of caught the question from Issei if they were the ones to kind of ask Sona about, well, talking to him or something about that and making up the hours. It's where, well, they said no, none of them actually did any of that. It's where, well, Issei's completely fucking annoyed with the fucking council president getting involved with his life. Literally, that's his fucking life, not hers. This is where, well, Issei made up some of those, what's it called, absences with kind of doing extra work or just kind of staying like in lunch break. But yeah. But of course, well, he finished up like a bunch of assignments. He didn't care. He finished up a lot of assignments that he doesn't need to be in those classes for a while until the others manage to catch up to the same material that Issei's at. So, well, Issei kind of finished through all that. In gym class, he started kind of like working out, doing push-ups and other stuff, doing more than he has to do to kind of improve his grade to go back to an A. And of course, well, the gym teachers have just been sitting there. Of course, he did kind of like give what's it called weighted clothes and other stuff towards Issei to literally, well, not weighted clothes, mostly like a weighted backpack with full of rocks to start doing push-ups and other things because Issei said that he would do something like that. That's where the teacher decided to give him. And of course, seeing that Issei is pretty fucking like muscular, like he's absolutely doing it, and he doesn't complain. So of course his grade kind of reaches up to a B plus. He just has to show up to gym class again to kind of get his grade back up. But yeah, this will work well. The gym teacher did ask Issei if he would like to go into a sport, like any type of sport. Issei said nope. Yeah, no, I'm not staying after school just because whatever. I'm a gamer, not a sport athlete crazy person. But yeah. This will work well. The gym teacher said, but he realized that Issei is basically a gamer, so he would kind of be somewhat of a geek. But he's confused how Issei is that rip if he doesn't just train at home. This will work well. He doesn't question it. It's just whatever. But of course, it worked well. Issei gets to his next class. Of course, he's sweating because he did kind of like make up a sweat and other stuff. He wasn't wearing his red kind of shirt. He was wearing a white shirt. But of course, just to wear it well, his muscles are kind of being seen a little bit because of, well, the sweat kind of like dampening his clothes to kind of be kind of wet. And this is where, well, Issei has a towel around him because he just sweated up a storm. But yeah, this is where, well, when he's getting towards the roof, mostly up to the, what's it called, place, he gets to the roof. And of course, where, well, he sees a blondish hair girl kind of playing on a, what's it called, Nintendo Switch. Yes, this is Junko, and she's right now playing like, I don't know, I'm gonna just say Animal Crossing. This is where, well, she's giggling a little bit. This is where, well, Issei says, yo, Junko. This is where Junko's like, huh? When she turns around, she sees Issei, and of course, her notice his shirt being kind of, well, sweaty a little bit, and of course, being wet a little bit. And of course, seeing his muscles, and this is where Issei kind of pull up his, like, blazer to kind of, well, mostly, like button it up, but yeah, just so she wouldn't just be staring at him mostly. This is where, well, Junko's sad, but this is where she was blushing madly. This is where, well, she was kind of also drooling. This is where Issei says, what are you playing? This is where, well, Junko snaps out and says, oh, I'm playing Animal Crossing. This is where, oh, she's kind of giggling a little bit, just sweating also, because if what the call, Issei noticed that she was drooling at him, it'd be kind of weird, awkward kind of conversation, but yeah. But this is where, well, so of course, Issei is just kind of like playing Animal Crossing with Junko. Of course, they're sitting on the bench that's there. And of course, well, she's just like talking to him about Animal Crossing and other games. And this where, well, Issei kind of explains in how for her to get more what's called money in what's called Animal Crossing. Even though he doesn't really play Animal Crossing, he managed to get it just because, fuck it, he was bored one day. Of course, where, well, Junko is smiling and saying, really? That's how you do it? That's cool. This is where, well, she's smiling, giggling about a lot of things, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly someone kind of notices, when they were kind of walking, and mostly kind of got up there, and this is where, well, a red-haired girl is kind of staring through the door windows, and seeing Issei and Junko kind of laughing and giggling. This is where, well, she kind of gets a little bit of jealousy. The reason why is because, well, we go into a flashback. After, well, Riser kind of getting cut with the anti-magic and other stuff. Also, if you can hear that noise, mostly like a wind noise or something like that, before I go into what if you hear that outside, that's mostly because that's the wind being really fucking loud and other stuff, but yeah. But not the point. We begin back into a what if. But this is where, well, we go into Riser. After Riser kind of being defeated And I mean, not kind of being absolutely defeated after just getting delivered an anti-magic slash to the chest. It hasn't healed. His Phoenix, what's it called, magic or anything hasn't healed it at all. Actually, it's unhealable. That's what the doctors have been saying in the underworld. So of course, when what's it called, Riser's parents and called Rias's parents and even Sir Zack kind of heard about this, Gracie B did kind of tell Sir Zack about the boy who kind of used a sword from a grimoire to easily cut down Riser's magic and destroy him by launching him outside, but noticing that it was just a normal slash, but it was black. It was a black but reddish lightning kind of slash. So, well, Sir Zack was interesting. So, a normal human managed to defeat a demon. It's where, well, when Riser's parents wanted to still continue the marriage, the doctor says that would be impossible because, well, Riser seems to be not waking up. He seems to be in a coma, and he won't be waking up anytime soon. It's where, well, Riser's parents pale because, well, they won't be able to get any grandkids of what's it called, pure blood. It's where, well, Rias's parents also kind of like sighed, but of course, when they kind of asked Sir Zack about, well, mostly Sir Zack and Grace B about who did this, and Rias lied and says, I was the one to do it. Ha! This is where, well, she kind of just grins. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, no, from Grace B words, it said that a boy kind of did it. A boy that know little to nothing about this, well, the supernatural. And she also says that well, the person wasn't in your barrage. Sorry, sighs and says, damn it. This is where, well, both of Ria's parents says, so, what are you saying? He's not a demon? Nope. He's just a human. But the human has such an interesting magic that I might kind of consider offering him to become a high-ranking demon. Or maybe I just offer him to be in Ria's barrage. We already tried that, Ria said. What do you mean, you already tried that? I can't put him in my barrage. Why? Because he doesn't want to. He literally says that he'd rather be fucking dead than ever join anything stupidity or whatever. I see. I might just go to your school. So, ask Sona about kind of putting a meeting with him. Okay, fine. This will work. Well, Sir Zack says, and Mom, Dad, please don't bother him about the marriage thing. I just want to ask him a little bit of questions about his magic. I'm not there to bother him fully about whatever. This is where they say it's fine. So we go into Sona kind of saying, fine, I would just have to make some bullshit. When she was talking to Reyes, fine, I'll have to just make some bullshit about he having to stay after school for 2 hours with his attendance. Because his attendance, he did manage to ditch 2 days. This is where, well, Reyes says, well, that's good. Until we go into, well, present time. Reyes is absolutely jealous from the fact that Issei is talking to Junko so casually. Now, of course, this is where, well, she's also pretty angry at Issei. The fact that Issei kind of snapped at Sona so easily. Just because Issei knew about her bullshit. It was complete annoyment to him. But yeah, he's not dumb as the Reno can. He's pretty smart, but yeah. But we go into basically, what's it called? Junko kind of giggling and laughing, but yeah, it doesn't work well. She couldn't resist herself, and doesn't work well. She grabbed Issei from the, what's it called, shirt. This is where Issei's like, what are you doing? This is where, before he even questioned any further, he basically just kissed Junko. Junko kind of took his lips. This is where, well, it was only a one kiss. It was kind of a soft kiss. It wasn't like a hardcore kiss, like makeout session or anything. And this is where, well, Junko blushed, and this is where she was about to get up and just like walk away until she gets her hand grabbed by Issei and says, where are you going? Just one kiss, really? This is where, well, Issei grabs her, but mostly pulls her back and just kind of full on blown out makeout with her. This is where, well, when they managed to break up because they needed to get air, they kind of just realized what they did. And this is where they both start blushing. This is where, well, the red hair already left and didn't really see this like situation happen, but yeah. It's alright, well, Junko says, I'm sorry. This is where Issei says, why would you? This is where, well, Junko says, that was my fault. I didn't mean to. This is where, well, Issei says, no, it was kind of my first kiss. But I wouldn't mind it with such a beautiful girl like you. This is where Junko's face becomes red. This is where, well, Issei grins and just laughs a little bit, chuckles. This is where Issei says, well, I gotta be getting to my next class. See ya. This is where, well, we go into the next day, and yeah. This is where, well, Issei is getting to his classes normally. He would have literally ditched because he didn't feel like it, but he got to his classes normally. But yeah, he just showed up in some of them because he didn't really need to. He instead kind of showed up in the roof and kind of went to sleep, but yeah. But when he woke up, he wasn't surprised with any of the other girls, mostly like Junko or her friends, or Aika or anything, but surprised with a red hair literally sleeping on top of him. This is where, well, the red hair kind of has her hair all around Issei, and this is where, well, Issei wanted his eyes and notices Ria's Creamery. That's where Issei says, not this girl again. This is where, well, Libby kind of growls at even Rias because he noticed that she's literally a demon, and Libby doesn't like demons still. He's still traumatized. He doesn't give a damn. This is where, well, Issei coughs and says, get off of me, Ria's Creamery, he said with disdain in his voice. This is where Ria shot up and wake up. Of course, she's literally sitting on, well, mostly his crotch. And this is where, well, she's like, oh, Issei. This is where, well, she said very gently until Issei said, get off me entirely. And don't sit on there. That's where Ria says, oh, don't sit on where? She kind of started, kind of pushing herself down even further because she only had her legs kind of like holding her up, but this is where she started kind of going down. And this is where Issei said, no. This is where Issei managed to get off of her, or mostly get away from her by kind of grabbing her from the waist and kind of pulling her up. And then this is where he gets up. But yeah, Issei says, what were you trying to do? Ria said, nothing. She's trying to be seducing Issei, but this is where Issei said, okay, before you go on and bother me with whatever bullshit, I'm not still joining your club, even if you try to seduce me. Fuck that. Literally, I have things to do. This is where, well, Ria pouts and says, fine, but I want you to meet someone at my club at, well, 3 o'clock. Issei says, can it just be during lunch? I have things to do after school. Fine. This is where, well, Ria just got back to her kind of, well, like, mostly back to the club room. Of course, Issei following along. And this is where she calls up someone. And this is where a red-haired man appears. This is where, well, the red-haired man named Sir Zack says, huh, Rias? This is where he says, Rias-chan, do you need something? Rias says, you said you wanted to talk to the boy who defeated Riser, didn't you? He's right behind you. Issei, he is right behind, well, Sir Zack, and Sir Zack says, ah, so you must be the boy who defeated Riser. Tell me, how did he defeat him? Issei said, well, I used my god, well, this is where, well, Issei said, well, I defeated him by using my weapons called the God of Chaos. Well, not the God of Chaos. The God, Blades of Chaos. And then I decided to cut him into 1,000,000 pieces. Just like what Kratos has done towards the gods of Olympus. This is where, well, mostly Sir Zax just sweat drops and says, I'm not talking about the video game. Fine, I defeated him by just punching him in the face. Done. No, that looked like a slash more than a punch. Issei sighs and says, okay, what do you want exactly to know? How you actually managed to defeat him? No. This is where Sir Zack says, what do you mean no? I don't wanna. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, what if I tell you I'm the Demon King? A Demon Lord or something. This is where, well, Issei says, and I don't give a damn. I just don't give a damn. So, if you don't mind me, I'm going back home. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, fine. This is where, well, he makes a magic circle appears around Issei. Issei notices, and this is where Issei literally notices really quick, and this is where he pulls out the Grimoire. The 5-week Grimoire to bring out the Demon Slasher. Just to destroy the, what's it called? Well, not Demon Slasher. Well, yeah, he did bring the Demon Slasher. Not Demon Dweller or Demon Slayer. Or Demon Destroyer. Well, he did bring out the Demon Destroyer just to destroy the magic around him. This is where, well, Issei said, "What the fuck do you want?" This is where, well, Surtak is winding his eyes when he sees the magic circle destroy around him, mostly around Issei. It was a teleporting magic circle to bring him to the underworld, but this is where, well, Issei didn't want to. Issei gets annoyed, and this is where Issei says, "You son of a bitch. I don't give a shit who the hell you are." Issei then pulls out the demon slasher and says, "If I have to cut you down, then I would. I don't give a damn who you are. You can be God for all I give a damn." This is where, well, both Rias and Surtak kind of cringe at the word God because they get a headache. This is where, well, Surtak says, "Gracefully, I need you to knock him out." Gracefully appears behind Issei and says, "You will have to be knocked out, kid." This is where Issei dodges after noticing the key and tried to slash at her. This is where, well, she tried to make an ice wall appear, mostly like an ice bear, but this is where the ice bear was easily cut down. Issei says, "Screw you." This is where, well, Issei was about to cut her easily until Surtak appeared, right now blocking the slash, trying to, with a magic sword that he made. This is where, well, it was easily cut, and realized that he had to dodge and kind of pull gracefully away from him. He noticed that the magic is easily being destroyed all around Issei. Issei said, "I don't know why you keep attacking me, but it's starting to piss me off." This is where, well, Surtak and what's it called, gracefully just said, "We just wanted to talk, but it seems that you don't want to talk." This is where, well, he noticed the 5-leaf grimoire moving around Issei, and this is where, well, Aria says, "Can you all stop? Don't destroy my building." This is where, well, Surtak says, "I'm sorry, sis, but I just want to talk to him, but he doesn't want to." This is where, well, Issei said, "You're starting to piss me off." This is where, well, someone's running behind him, and it's none other than Kiba. Kiba already did bring out his sword, well, mostly his balance breaker sword, and, well, not his balance breaker, but, you know, just bring out swords, and try to cut that Issei. Issei easily destroys him with the demon slasher by just cutting them. This is where, well, Issei wants to stab at Kiba just to get rid of his magic because it's annoying. Lightning almost smashes upon him, and this is where a punch from Koneko almost tried to hit him. Issei right now uses his own fist, mostly his left hand, to punch her in the face. This is where she actually gets pushed back and smashed into a wall. This is where, well, she's down for the count. This is where both was called, well, Rias, Akano, and even was called Kiba on their eyes. Seeing Koneko or Koneko? I don't remember. I'm just gonna call her Koneko or whatever. She gets knocked out so easy by Issei using his left hand instead of his right hand. This is where, well, he didn't use a sword. But of course, well, they noticed one thing. Her magic is getting depleted. It's being like erased in an instant. This is where, well, Surtak says, "What is that arm right there you have in your left?" "Don't know. I don't care what it is." "Come out, Red Dragon. Second stage, liberation. Boost!" This is where, well, the dragon kind of shouts at "Boost!" This is where everyone winds their eyes. Surtak says, "I see. So he's a Red Dragon Emperor. Yet, whatever that interesting magic it is swear to God, very dangerous." This is where Surtak says, "Calm down, boy. If you do not calm down, I will make you stop." This is where Issei said, "And how are you gonna do that?" Surtak appears with his barrage, and this is where he says, "Rias, put your barrage somewhere else." This is where, well, Surtak says, and this is where he teleports everyone towards in the battle arena. Surtak appears, and this is where he says, "Son of a bitch!" This is where, well, Issei is still with his grimoire and his swords, but yeah, this is where, well, everyone is kind of confused. Mostly they're at the battle arena where Issei would have appeared with Rise of Original Canon. This is where Surtak says, "You see here, boy, I will have to defeat you and take out whatever information you're holding upon. Because I can feel a little bit of demonic energy from you." This is where Issei says, "Yeah, and I'd like to see that fucking try." That's where, well, Surtak brings his barrage and of course brings out the pawns just to fight Issei for a second. Issei is shown to have more skill in slashing some of them, cutting them a little bit, but of course they're being affected by his swords. Their magic is being erased in an instant. This is where knights try to fight against Issei, and of course they're using real swords, so of course the demon slasher can't really cut them. Well, he can. He easily managed to cut them still. because demon slash kind of directs in whatever it cuts, actually, something like that, or whatever it needs to cut or whatever. This is where bishops, they're trying to fight him from long range, but this is where Issei pulls out the demon dweller and switching out for the demon destroyer to swing out anti-magic slashes to destroy them. This is where easily cut them down. This is where Surge X was about to like not put what's it called his rooks. Instead, he decides to bring Grace-P. This is where Surge X, sorry about that, my queen, but I have to kind of send you. Don't worry, I'll be able to defeat him. Grace-P is now not not holding any magic. This is where Grace-P is actually freezing off the ground and saying, "I will defeat you for my lord." This is where Issei noticed that might be troublesome. This is where Libby says, "Should we?" Issei says, "That's a good chance." Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So how much power can I use instead of not using double union? 50%. Why? Better than 25%. Yeah. This is where Issei kind of concentrate, and this is where he flows the what's it called, anti-magic towards his body instead of using double union, which he kind of mastered that a while ago, or not master it. He still doesn't want to use it and show off his actual true form. He instead uses what's it called, one of the weakest forms. He can use 25% against Rainer that one time, but now he's going 50%. So his 50% is going to look like this. So this is kind of his 50%. It's mostly the Berserker one, but yeah. This is where, he kind of uses the demon, what's it called, Slayer. Well, not the demon Slayer. He's using the demon dweller and the demon destroyer. And of course, he goes into it, and of course, his swords, instead of being rusted black, they just become black as the midnight sky. This is where, he also, his eyes, one of them turns red, one of them, and the other eye kind of stays the same, mostly being brown, but started becoming dull a little bit, while his hair is right now changed into black, but staying brown for a little bit, but yeah, and then changing to kind of whitish. And this is where Issei screams, right now rushing at Grace-P. Grace-P widen her eyes. This is where she tries to block where her magic, but right now gets cut down in an instant. This is where, she widens her eyes, realizing that whatever he transformed is similar to a demon. Right now, Issei said, "You're dead!" This is where Surge X appears, right now trying to block, the attack from Issei, because Issei literally managed to defeat Grace-P too easily. This is where, Surge X appears with multiple magic circles, but this is where they're getting cut down. This is where Issei says, "I'm not giving up, you son of a bitch!" This is where, Issei then shows off his actual true demonic arm, and this is where Issei says, "Fuck you!" This is where, before he's able to actually punch Surge X in the face, this is where multiple restraints actually appear, smashing him to the ground. This is where, those what's called restraints are none other than what's called the other malfunctions, but yeah, or factions or whatever. Mostly, what's it called? What was that green hair guy? I forgot his name. Mostly the new Belzel, the new Levante, and the other dude, but yeah. And of course, this is where, Surge X in his eyes. He didn't expect Issei to go into such a form. They're similar to a demonic state. And this is where, the other form malfunctions case. What happened? We felt this energy spike. It was more malicious than anything. And we saw that Grace-P easily got defeated. What is he exactly? This is where mostly Seraph kind of ask Surge X. Surge X says, "That I do not know." He says, "Hey, damn it. I'm going to lose. I'm not dying. No." This is where DB says, "Then let's do it." This is where Issei said, "I know. I'm gonna have to do it." Issei is trying to get out of the restraints, and this is where, Seraph says, "You need to calm down. I don't know who you are, but you are." Issei gets out of his form, and this is where, Issei say, "Libby!" Libby actually appears next to him, and this is where it's like a familiar, and this is where, it came out from the grimoire. This is where he transformed into his actual demonic form, but of course, like his actual devil form, actually being taller and almost the same size as, Issei. And this is where, Issei said, "Double Union!" This is where they fist bump. Of course, Issei is still being restrained by the chains, but of course, they didn't get erased because, this is where Issei did transform out of the demonic form before being erased. But this is where Issei right now fist bumps Libby, and this is where, one thing for sure, Everyone wind their eyes when a true devil look like from those humans that mostly question and what he kind of looks like, what they kind of look like. And this devil says, "Screw you, you damn devils! I'm going to kill you, you bastards!" The devil has so much malicious and hatred towards the devils that are right now in front of Issei. "You never hurt my brother, and you will never do that again." This is where, well, Issei said, "Let's do this, lady." This is where, well, they both fist bump, like I did mention. And this is where, well, "Devil Union!" They both scream. This is where a burst of red, crimson, and black energy appears. This is where, well, Issei said, "Now I'm in my Devil Union." Of course, this is where, well, the voice is kind of like two voices kind of being merged together. Of course, this is where, well, the malfunction or I don't remember what they're going. Most of the four demon lords are all shocked to see Issei right now in this form. This is where Issei is flying up in the air, having two demonic wings behind him. And of course, this is where, well, his armor, mostly around his body, has like this crimson red armor. It has this kind of four-leaf pattern on his chest. Of course, this is where a red kind of like so of course, this is where I should mention. He has like this kind of demonic, mostly it looks like to be like a headband, but it's mostly like a crown around his like head. Of course, black horns appearing from his, what's it called, blackish hair entirely. I should also mention before they kind of did go into double unit, Issei looked completely different. He had whitish, superish hair and mostly kind of grayish. It's mostly looked kind of ashy blonde. I think that's what it's called for us, but whatever. This is where, well, one was green, one was blue eyes. And this is where, well, now he looks completely different. Black hair, of course, his eyes are red, but instead of being slick, they kind of look to have like some kind of cross or whatever in them. And of course, where, well, Issei said, "I'm not going down." This is where mostly wings are appearing from his back. And of course, this is where tail is also appearing. This is where, well, magic around it. Mostly the dimension is cracking because it's also made out of magic. This is where everyone wind their eyes, realizing that, well, Issei in this form is destroying all magic in existence. Issei says, "I had enough of you damn devils getting in my way." This is where, well, Sursex wind his eyes. Whatever Issei has, he's not the devil himself, he's not a demon himself, but instead, whoever that other person was, that was an actual true demon, but not from this world entirely. This is where, well, Issei said, "I'm going to make sure you demons stay 6 feet under the ground." This is where, well, all of them wind their eyes when they realize the speed of Issei appearing right in front of them. Right now, having the demon destroyer and the demon slasher. This is where, well, Issei, he looks at all of them without a care in the world. And this is where Sursex says, "Wait, I want to at least just talk. That's all I want to." This is where Issei says, "But I don't." This is where, well, Sursex was about to get cut down until his phone, well, mostly his phone started ringing. Brrr. This is where, well, not but mostly it kind of sounded like this. So the song that actually appeared from his like phone was, "I am the storm that is approaching." Whatever, you get the point, right? But of course, this is where, well, that appears, and this is where Issei, he then kind of like puts both of his swords into the grimoire, and this is where Libby says, "What are you doing, Issei?" This is where Issei says, wait. Issei kind of gets out of his double union, but of course right now his 25% instead. And this is where he grabs his pocket, gets his phone out of his pocket, because in his double union he can't literally get out of it because it's mostly armor. And this is where, well, Issei, right now Libby lands on his shoulder because he's still there. This is where, well, Libby has this like bracelet on his like hand being white, while on what's it called, mostly Issei's left hand, he mostly has a bracelet that's also kind of, well, mostly, is it white? Yeah, it's white also. But of course, it's like a symbol being, well, mostly fused together, but yeah, being able to be one with each other, but yeah, whatever. But of course, where he looks at his phone, this is where he realized it's already, what's it called, 2:25, or not even 2:25, 3 fucking o'clock. So he says, "My games! I need to keep grinding." Oh, fuck. This is where, well, Issei's saying, shit, how the hell do I get out of here? This is where, well, Libby says, "We can always try to make a dimensional gap rift to get back to the world, right?" Issei says, "Yeah, but I don't want to piss off that great fucking lizard. Again." didn't we do this like 4 times? And he keep getting annoyed. But of course, luckily I keep kicking his ass. But that's not the point. Shit, games. Oh no, I need to cry. This is where, well, Issei is kind of crying. Fake crying. Well, he's crying, but yeah. This is where, well, all of them are sweat dropping after seeing Issei. This is where, well, they easily would have get killed if Issei wasn't, well, mostly literally, well, caring too much to actually kill them and caring more about his video games. But yeah, he says, my games, I need to keep grinding. You, red hair. This is where Issei points his finger at, what's it called, the red hair? Get me back to the human world. I need to literally play my video games at home. I don't want to be bothered with this shit, so go away. Does it work, Mo? Sure, Zach switch up and says, really? Really? You could have easily killed us, and you're right now asking for, what's it called? Well, going home? Well, no shit. Okay, let me tell you one thing. I'm not the demon. This here is my brother named Levy. My brother here is literally a demon from another world, kind of, maybe. Where are you from exactly? I'm from a long time ago. Demons from a long time ago look different from demons right now. So I'm basically more like an ancient type of demon. I guess I was more ancient than that Lucifer, whatever the hell it's called. Lucifer Morningstar? Yeah, I'm more ancient than him. But other than that, what I use is called anti-magic. And those people that got slashed with anti-magic, don't worry, they'll be recovering later because I didn't actually hit them with a full power anti-magic slash, unlike that Phoenix guy, or Fried Chicken mostly. But I don't care. Get me back to the human world. I don't give a shit about your questions. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, fine. This is where he teleports him out of there, but yeah. This is where, well, they're all sweat dropping. Sir Zack says, okay, anti-magic. From my guessing, I guess he can easily destroy and erase magic. This is where, well, Seraph on the other says, no shit. And he did say that he literally fought against Great Red. Does that mean that, yes. I should also mention that he didn't use the gauntlet, mostly the heavily red dragon gauntlet. That's quite interesting. This is where, well, the other 3 devil leaders kind of looks at Sir Zex and says, what? Are you saying that he's also a fucking dragon? Yep. So, who wants to kind of bring back my, what's it called, barrage to the hospital? Seraphos sighs and says, I'll help you. This is where, well, they kind of bring them, but yeah, and this is where, well, Reis kind of got told by Surtex not to bother Issei, because Issei is not someone to be messed with exactly, or at all, but yeah. But of course, Issei literally got back home, started kind of uploading the Xbox, and started playing, what's it called, or not Xbox, PS, and started kind of playing God of War, or not God of War, well, mostly GTA 6. This is where, well, he started kind of just start shooting people, but yeah, this is where he got a friend request from someone. This is where he kind of accepted it, and kind of look at the message, and this is where it's none other than Aika. Aika says, yo, are you on, or did I kind of call you the wrong situation? This is where, well, she kind of also said, I'm about to get it out in 2 hours. This is where the message was at 3 o'clock, and this is where it's now almost 4 o'clock. He managed to get home by mostly running. This is where, well, he got here and says, shit, she's about to get out in like about an hour. This is where Issei says, no, I'm here. Sorry, I had to do stuff and it sucked, but yeah. This is where, well, I could say, shit, that sucks for you. No, Issei in, what's it called, the demonic world, it was completely kind of different from the human world in the timeline, but yeah, mostly the time, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei sighs and says, God, that was annoying. But whatever. He starts playing video games with Aika, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of Issei waking up the next day, but yeah. But of course, when he kind of gets to school, this is actually where I'm going to leave it off, but yeah. Other than that, I'm going to go upload other videos, but yeah, I'm going to leave, but bye. See you. Don't know, bye.